So more often than not, these test tracks at times are set up as a bit of a sales gimmick, I suppose, to give people that feeling of what it's like to use a four-wheel drive. But I can assure you, at this year's National 4x4 Caravan and Camping and Lifestyle Show here in Brisbane, they've set up the real deal. We're about to hit an incline that's about 45 degrees, which is a reasonable uphill slope. And the great thing that Motorama have done here this year is that they've brought all of their four-wheel drive vehicles. So if you're in two minds about which vehicle it is you want to drive, you can come here, get in that vehicle and actually take it for this four-wheel drive experience. So travelling with Darren today from Mitsubishi, Motorama Mitsubishi. We're in the brand new Triton and we're about to hit this hill. So we're in 4 low. There we go. One of those four-wheel driving tips that you might want to remember when you're you're out in sand dunes or you're in this sort of country. Have a look. You're looking over the bonnet there. You can't see what's beneath you. So in this sort of environment, you would probably want to get out and take a quick look.
Yeah, we would always suggest. I mean, we've got the ropes there to guide people through today because we haven't got the time to get out. But yeah, certainly the protocol would be to get out, have a look. There is actually water down there. We'd actually suggest that you walk through the water before going through any water. Obviously, the old saying, if it's flooded, forget it.
We talked about this downhill assist, and have a look at that. Feet are off the accelerator, they're off the brake. The car is just doing what it's meant to do.
You can see the actual button, it's flashing, so it's working. Sometimes you'll get a big grind where it's just trying to really slow you up. So the bigger the incline, the more grind you'll get. That's quite normal. That's the ABS systems working, the traction controls all coming into play. You can't actually emulate that or stimulate that any better. So you can't use your feet to actually do what it's doing. Yeah, this one here to me is just really showcases the cars. When one wheel comes off, and back in the old days, with the limited slip diffs and things, as soon as one wheel would come off the ground, you'd actually lose all power out of that wheel.
Yeah.
Now you'll see, you just keep slowly just accelerating.
What have I done?
No.
I'm hooked up.
Are you actually hooked up?
I don't know. Let's have a look.
So what it's doing is actually working each wheel. So the car knows what wheel has traction.
Yeah.
And it'll brake the wheel that has no traction and send power to the wheel that does have traction. And that's what it was doing.
We got off there relatively easily. And very quickly, tell me about the Motorama 4x4x4 Club, because it's just growing in number and stature every year, isn't it?
Yeah, unbelievable. So look, any person who purchases a four-wheel drive from Motorama automatically goes into our club. We don't charge them. We don't. There's no fee for it. You just got to buy a car from us, and we take you out on these 4x4 trips, or service it any four-wheel drive. So if unfortunately you haven't bought your car through us for some reason, you only need to service your vehicle with us regularly, and you can still get to come out on our trips.
Okay, well, we're leaving the beach now, and we're about to hit an angle which is going to feel a bit weird, I think, as we come into this section here. Tell me a little bit about how this has been constructed.
Yeah, so as you can see, the tabletop's up the top there. So the idea is to have that 36 degrees, which is a safe angle for all our cars on the track today. This particular car can go up to 45 degrees. But when you get on this angle at 36 degrees, you actually feel like it's more. And certainly when we get out and have a look, I think you'll understand what I'm saying.
So this is an environment that you might end up in occasionally on, say, Moreton Island at high tide on the Western Beach. But it's not an environment in which you'd want to be in normally, and now I'm starting to freak out a bit. The heart is racing.
It's amazing to see a big fella like you so far up, ready to fall on me. I'm not...
Yeah, you don't want that to happen. You do not want that to happen, Darren. Look at me hanging onto the wheel.
Keep going up.
I'm up. What are you talking about? I don't know if you'll be able to sell this one, because I think I've left my fingerprints indented in the steering wheel there.
Yeah.
I was certainly hanging on for dear life then, but thanks, mate.
No, too easy.
It's been a real experience, and fantastic to hook up with you guys, and I hope you have a great show.
Thanks for coming along. I'm glad you got out in one piece.